Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to our New Year Gut Health Masterclass. You are 100% in the right spot. We were just chatting with some of our people that are on live. So if you're watching the recording or if you're just popping in, we'd love to hear from you of what is bringing you into this cleanse. So if you are feeling off or if you're feeling off track and you're thinking to yourself that you need a cleanse, you're 100% in the right place. We've got some people tuning in that were sick over the holidays, feeling horrible, maybe gaining weight. We've got another person that's working on their thyroid health, also feeling a bit off. We've got another person who's made some good habits with food changes, but definitely it's challenging to create those food habits and more symptoms as we age, right? Oh gosh, that's a huge one. She's been deep diving into health-oriented issues, and she knows that diet will be a huge catalyst for change in the right direction. 100%. Those are all excellent reasons to be joining a cleanse, and you are 100% in the right place if you are feeling that way. Like if you're just feeling like you're off in your body, you know that you have felt great before, and that it's some of these daily rituals, some of these habits, some of these things that you know can help get you back on track, and you want some support and community to do that with, you're 100% in the right place. We're going to be talking a lot about these processes and how to do that in tonight's masterclass. So for those of you that I've never met, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jen Panzer-Rohr, and I am a yoga teacher and a holistic coach, and I have been helping guide people through this cleanse with my incredible business partners and many other wellness advocates who are partaking in this cleanse for the past 8 years. And really the reason why I started doing this was because I felt just awful. I had gained some weight. I had tried all the things. I was eating healthy. I was exercising. And for some reason, I couldn't get back to feeling my normal optimal self. And that's because I had taken some antibiotics and my gut had a surgery. And so that was my reason for diving into the cleanse, because I knew that what I was doing on my own wasn't really understand what was causing my own issues and how to biohack my way through it. So I'm really excited to be here and be with these incredible powerhouse women who are leading this cleanse, and to share some of that information with you guys in hopes that you can feel amazing too. So I'll pass the mic over to Meg if you want to introduce yourself, and then we'll have Monica share.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm really excited. Every season we get to do this in community, and I think it's just an amazing reset. It's pretty cool to reflect back that we've been doing this as a community and leading this in group session for the past 8 years, because the program really works. And so January is a perfect time to reset. I've been working as a holistic health coach, and prior to that, yoga teacher. And I've been in the wellness space for quite some time. I specialize in gut health as well. And I've had my own story of healing my skin by healing my gut. I used to have leaky gut and eczema and rashes all over. And I dealt with this for a couple years, trying to find the natural way to heal from the root cause. And through a lot of trial and error and bringing me to this program, I have such a straight line to help people heal through similar issues, whether it be skin or bloating or weight gain or immunity issues, what it may be. Like, there's something for everyone by healing the gut. The healing the gut can just cover so much of our everyday health and these other pesky symptoms that we're feeling. So you're definitely in the right place. And just even if you're just here to learn about how to incorporate healthy habits and maybe up your nutrition for the year, this is an awesome place to start, because our program is all encompassing, and I am definitely one of the healthy foodies in here. So I love to make this cleanse enjoyable by really enjoying the food that we're eating. And it's not about deprivation. It's about what can we bring in, and then what can we crowd out? So I'll pass it to Monica.
Thank you, Jen and Meg. So great to be here on the call with everyone. My name is Monica Arenas. I am a registered dietitian, holistic health coach, and I have been leading gut cleanses for many, many years, including all sorts of programs, nutrition programs that I've created, water fasts, detoxes, juice fasts. I've been a dietitian since 2012, and yeah, just really been helping people, thousands of people at this point, transform their gut health and really work through the root of the symptoms that they're struggling with. So I primarily specialize now more in hormonal balance and also teaching people how to have a balanced nutritional intake and balanced lifestyle, which I think we can all agree that that's what it comes down to. Even if we do something for 3 months and then we reset the schedule and say, okay, this is my new goal for the next 3 months, but that consistency of putting the energy towards it is what keeps us looking good and feeling good long term. So I also had a lot to learn and grow with when it came to gut health. As a dietitian, of course, I learned a lot in medical nutrition and really learning about the basics of nutrition, but the root of everything comes down to also how we care for ourselves and self-care and self-love. And so I definitely struggled with a lot of different things with not only my gut, but with my relationship with food. And so everything that you guys are getting in this program is a combination of Jen, Megan, and my education and information that we help our clients one-on-one with. So yeah, we have lots of love poured into this program, and let's get started, shall we? Talk about biohacking. So we really love bringing biohacking into the forefront of this conversation because at the end of the day, that is what we're doing. So biohacking involves making incremental changes to your diet, lifestyle, and environment to enhance physical and mental performance. It's often guided by data and personal experimentation. This involves integrating strategies such as customized nutrition, targeted exercise, supplementation, and holistic approaches to sleep and stress management, all while prioritizing the reduction of toxic exposure through lifestyle adjustments. So with personalization, since everyone's body is different, biohacking emphasizes personalized approaches. What works for one person may not work for another. So it involves trial and error. And I think that is so important to remember. Not one diet fits for everyone. And so it really comes down to you, what season you're in, where you are in life, where you're living in life. And yeah, there's just so many factors. Everything is so individualized with what we're doing. And so this is a general program to help, get us reset with the right tools. And so when it comes to biohacking, specifically for gut health, what we want to look at is these 6 pillars. Dietary changes, which is number 1. Like Megan was saying, what are the things that we want to add in and slowly crowd out? Intermittent fasting, which has been proven time and time again to be such an important part of resetting our immunity, resetting our cells, resetting how our cells function. Hydration, which, it's like a plant. If you don't water it, it's not going to thrive. So important for our bodies. Stress management, sleep optimization, and tracking and data. So stress management is also a part of lifestyle as well as sleep optimization. So I talk to a lot of people. I ask, how do you handle stress? What's your sleep schedule? I don't sleep enough. My sleep schedule is horrible. And so these are all related to how our body interacts throughout the day, how our hormones are made, how we feel energetically, which also leads to different choices down the road. So last but not least, tracking and data is so key because if you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going. This is such an important part.
Absolutely. So why does gut health matter? I know that for a lot of us, we hear gut health is like, oh, you see it on Instagram, you hear everyone talking about it, the influencers, everyone's like gut health, gut health, gut health. But why does it actually matter? Because when I'm thinking about, oh, I have acne or I have hormonal imbalances, I do not think about my gut health, right? I'm like, no, I need to put some serum on my face, or no, like my knee hurts, right? Or I have a headache. It has nothing to do with my gut. But the truth is that our gut is actually a millions of cells that creates this information highway to our brain. And gut health matters because our cells are sick. And 70 to 90% of our immune system is based in our gut, and it depends on that healthy microbiome. But when in our modern day age, where we have food not being very nutritious, those cells are not getting nourished. Our microbiome is weak. And that causes what we were talking about, that leaky gut, where the nutrition is not actually getting into our cells. And the bad bacteria, pathogens, all these things are circulating in our blood back through that leaky gut, which is causing all this whole host of symptoms. So even though you might have acne, you might have headaches, or you're just feeling, weight gain or all these different things, that stuff is actually a result of the health of the cells in your gut and that gut microbiome, which is the most important thing. And that's exactly what we're doing in this program, is helping those cells to get healthy. And this also really affects our mood, right? So not only is the immune system in our gut, but also our mood is. So if you are feeling off, if you're feeling anxiety, brain fog, headaches, depression, unmotivated, easily stressed, sluggish, or trouble focusing, a lot of times we don't think that that is related to the gut. But again, because of that highway through our vagus nerve, our gut is our second brain. And it's also the place in our body where we are producing serotonin and dopamine, which are the happy hormones in our body. So balancing your gut microbiome not only can help your physical symptoms, but it can actually help and support your physical mood symptoms as well. So type a 111 in the chat if you are ready to feel your best in 2025. If you're like, I want to have energy, I want to feel happy, you want to have those good vibes. And of course, like, life goes up and down and like things happen, and emotions will happen, but there is an underlying happiness that can just occur when you have your gut health healed.
Yeah, so emotions are a thing with gut health, but lots of physical symptoms associated as well. Jen, can you scroll just a little bit more?
Sorry.
So think about this. Do you feel any of the following symptoms? Fatigue, irritability, drained or depressed, poor memory, headache, skin problems, hormonal imbalances, sugar cravings, persistent digestive issues like heartburn, indigestion, bloating, gas, constipation, candida, IBS, or maybe you have joint pain or nasal congestion, recurrent infections, so issues with your immunity, constant stomach bugs, or parasites. So if you answered yes, it's time to detox. And a lot of these symptoms, these can be common, but it doesn't have to be normal. And I think that when we start to feel a certain way over an extended period of time, we can start to get used to just existing in that way. And it doesn't have to be this way. Our body is really meant to thrive if we give it the right environment, we feed it the right things, and we're controlling our stress and really taking care of ourselves. But when you start to get these issues popping up, it's like, okay, is this a sign that we've been off with our routine? The holidays just passed. So like, yes, we can see how these symptoms are popping up more regularly, especially this time of year. This is why we love to do this cleansing community in January. So let's talk about things that can negatively hurt the gut and things that we can start to make some lifestyle shifts to support ourselves along the way. So wine, beer, alcohol consumption, this can alter your microbial balance. So this really hurts those good gut bacteria. And, a lot of people are into this dry January. And so cutting out your wine and beer, like we've done that, we've celebrated, but give it a break so that you can restore your body. And if you didn't know, when you drink alcohol, even one drink, even just a few sips, it does shut off your fat burning process for 72 hours as your body processes the alcohol as a toxin and detoxing that from your body. So if you are on a weight loss or fat loss journey and maybe you have some drinks here and there, but you're not really seeing the progress, although you're eating healthy and you're putting in the work in the gym, you may want to look at that alcohol consumption and give it up for some time while you are reaching your goals. And then maintenance is a different story. But all right, moving on to poor sleep. This can lead to subtle changes in your microbial makeup. Getting enough sleep is imperative for a healthy lifestyle and strong, healthy energy. Not enough fiber. So fiber in the food that you eat, in the plant foods that you eat, is the food that fuels your gut microbes. This is what we want to incorporate within our meals to help us stay regular as well as maintain our blood sugar balance. Living in the city, things that can hurt the gut is being exposed to a lot of pollution. This can really affect the number of good gut bacteria and as well as antibacterial soaps. So too much of that can wreck your gut as well. So any antibacterial products can destroy healthy microbes. So we like to use essential oil-based hand soap. We love the On Guard hand soap, which is a blend that actually boosts your immunity rather than tears it down. And NSAID pain relievers. This is your Advil. This is your Tylenol. These disrupt digestive flora and intestinal mucus and harm the liver. And what I love to teach, as a health coach, is making healthy swaps. So I love to use essential oils as my medicine cabinet. A replacement for Tylenol is peppermint and lavender. And you can really work a lot of the things that you're grabbing those over the counter, frankincense and copaiba work really well as well. And then foods with artificial coloring. This is antibacterial and antifungal. I want to stay away from that. Like, go with the natural, shop the perimeter. And antibiotics. So one round of antibiotics can completely wipe out your gut flora for about 2 years it takes to rebuild that back. And this can kill the good bacteria and the bad bacteria that's invading your system, but we choose an alternative with essential oils, the flute. It's an acronym for frankincense, lemon, tea tree, oregano, and On Guard. And you can apply this to the bottoms of the feet or down the spine or put it in a veggie capsule like you're taking your own pill. Do that for about 10 days, up to 2 or 3 times a day. And then water containing chlorine. So avoid swimming in those pools. A lot of the water that we're drinking contains chlorine. So having a proper water filter is pretty key in this day to day. And sweets, processed sugars feed unhealthy yeast and bacteria. So if you're experiencing sugar cravings by having too much sugar and that becomes what your body is normal to, it will start craving and then you're be listening to your gut microbes. So we're going to work on cutting all of this down and really restoring your balance of healthy bacteria.
Right. Other lifestyle contributors that I think, even sometimes we don't realize the plastic water bottles and things like that, how it piles up, but there's other layers behind it. And so this is really a reminder that we're here to educate and bring awareness to it, not to bring in fear, because there is a way around all of this. And so, but it's everywhere. Like all of these things add up into our lives. And so commercial personal products. And I was definitely someone that used to love buying beauty products from Target, from CVS, from Sephora. And I had to take a good look at my makeup, my sunscreen, hair products, deodorants, pharmaceutical products. I even started breaking out into rashes after I stopped using even the anti-perspirant deodorants. I didn't realize how they were actually affecting the body. And so this could be an even deeper detox if you haven't done this with some of these products. This is the focus for your health in this year, and also plastics and PFAs. So again, switching everything over to glass or metal bottles and being really intentional with the kind of food containers you have for storing your foods, including just being mindful of the cooking materials that you have for your cookware, receipts. Just like having overexposure to these things can really have a direct influence on our hormones because they're endocrine disruptors. So these are the micro things that make a big effect over a long period of time. And of course, synthetic chemicals. So anything from cleaning products, laundry detergent, bug sprays, like Megan mentioned, the antibacterial sprays, our clothing, pesticides, just bringing more awareness to what am I buying? What am I investing my money into? And is this the kind of quality that is what I am an advocate for? And so again, many things, sometimes you don't realize that they're piling up in the back end, but they can be. And essentially, what we want to avoid is toxic overload. So your body naturally detoxes. So your liver, skin, lungs, kidneys, digestive tract, they can also only handle so much. So when you're dealing with a high toxic load, it wreaks havoc on your gut health and overall well-being. Over time, this toxic buildup can lead to fatigue, hormonal imbalances, skin issues, weight gain, and chronic health issues. To counteract this, it's crucial to incorporate seasonal cleansing along with daily detox routines and self-care and lymphatic practices to support your body's natural detoxification symptoms. So again, your body does the job naturally, but we're living in a society where we're inundated with so much chemical exposure from our food, our water, the products we're using, that it's creating a big stress on our organs and on our body's ability to naturally detox. And that's where a lot of people are now.
And so if you are like, oh my God, everything in my house is toxic and everything that I touch is toxic, and you're feeling a little overwhelmed right now, don't worry, it's okay. Number one, it's not your fault, right? That everything in our lives are now at the point where it's a little bit of toxicity. It's just the fact of modern living, and it doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make, anything that we're talking about, like there's no shame, there's no guilt or any of that stuff. This is just the reality. It's the truth of the world that we're living in now. And like Monica was saying, we have a chance to be able to take control of some of this because there all are alternatives out there, and it can be easy. It can be fun to actually shift some of this stuff. And the most important thing is actually feel better. And that all happens when we reduce our toxicity, right? So choosing, when you're purchasing some new clothing, opting for cotton, opting for cashmere, opting for wool or other natural fibers is going to help your body to release and not have some of those PFAS or those plastics, microplastics entering your body. Organic cotton feminine products, swapping out your perfume for essential oils. We love the Whisper blend from doTERRA that actually adapts to your unique smell and helps you smell amazing, and even attract your perfect partner, perhaps in some cases, or inspire your partner. We've heard word on the street is, which a regular perfume is not going to do, right? That has perhaps a lot of chemicals, like Monica was saying, those endocrine disruptors that can actually hurt your hormones and hurt your libido. And in general, right, we're talking about replacing our medicine cabinet with plants and ancient wisdom that has been used for thousands of years, and using that as a first defense so that we can feel great, so that we can stay out of that doctor's office in the long run whenever possible. Of course, if I break my leg, I'm going to be the first one in the surgery table, having them put all the rods and all the metal in me. But there's a lot that we can do at home first in order to stay out of those situations. Like use your rosemary so you can think before you cross the road and get your leg smashed. I'm just kidding. The other thing we can do, right, with cooking, we can switch out our pans for ceramic, cast iron, or stainless steel pans instead of the Teflon. We can switch our glassware in our home. Instead of using plastic Ziploc bags, we can use our glass ones, or we can use the bags that are made out of silicone instead of those plastic. We can replace candles and plugins with diffusers, with essential oils, and in general, ditch all of those toxic cleaning products and home products that we don't even realize are the hidden culprits that are wreaking havoc on our gut health and ultimately causing a lot of these symptoms that we talked about in the beginning. And the truth is that the secret to your future and your health is hidden in your daily routine. And the little things really do add up to creating something big. And we don't think about it when we eat, we put on the shampoo, or we spray our hair, or we, eat one thing. We don't think about all of those little things adding up. But the same way that it adds up in a negative way, we can reverse that and create these healthy habits, and creating a routine that is going to set your body up for success, allow yourself to detox, and help you to truly thrive, which is your divine state. That is your purpose and our mission on this planet can only happen, I believe, when we are fully in our health and we are fully radiating our true optimal light. And that can only happen when our cells are functioning properly and our gut is healthy.
All right, so some daily habits for optimal health. It's our secret sauce for longevity and feeling your absolute best. So there are a lot of different daily detox rituals that you can do to help support your body, its natural detoxification system, especially as you are thinking about starting a cleanse. So we can start the detox in the morning by working on our oral care. Tongue scraping, if you're not familiar with it, it's a photo on the right. You have this copper tongue scraper. If you don't have one, you can simply use the side of a spoon. But basically, you scrape this film that you'll see on your tongue when you wake up in the morning. And what that is, within Ayurvedic practice, it's called alma, which is the toxic buildup that your body processes from the toxins that you were exposed to the day before. So you want to remove that from your tongue, because if not, you are reabsorbing those toxins into your body. So first you'll tongue scrape. There is an option to do oil pulling, which is a great way to detoxify from the mouth using coconut oil or sesame oil, and you swish it around in your mouth. I love to add clove oil or on guard oil to that. And then brushing your teeth with fluoride-free toothpaste and mouthwash. I love the Supermint toothpaste in the morning and the On Guard toothpaste in the evening. And then it's like, okay, then you're going to hydrate. But working on detoxing through the lymphatic system, we can work. I love this because it also couples as your self-care. Dry body brushing is an amazing way to stimulate the lymphatic system, which is your detox system. Gua sha for facials. So on the right, you can see the gua sha stone and the stone roller. And facial cupping is really great as well. Red light therapy is something that you could incorporate, big biohacking tool there. Rebounding on a trampoline. I love that. I have it in my living room. And even just 10 minutes, it gets your heart rate up. It starts to move your lymph, and it's really fun. I love just put a good song on. Or getting lymphatic massage. I would love one of those soon. Have you seen the wood therapy tools? That is another form of lymphatic massage. Feels really great and also works on your fascia. And then contrast therapy is another great biohack to support your detox system. Sweating in the sauna or the steam room, and then contrasting by going into a cold plunge or a cold room or a cold shower. And then taking an Epsom salt bath is another great way to do a detox bath. And if you're working out, support muscle recovery as well. And then some other detox rituals that you can put in as part of the healthy lifestyle with movement. Walking after meals is a great way to support your digestive system and work on blood sugar balance. If you are on a fat loss journey, the key is maintaining balanced blood sugar levels, and walking. If you're not able to get outside and walk, even just getting up and doing like 50 squats, just moving and pumping the blood really helps. Love to do an average of 10,000 steps a day. If you drive to work, maybe park farther away, or maybe you can walk to work sometimes, or walk your dog, or go out for the morning sunlight or the afternoon or evening sunset walk. I love that. Yoga and mobility work. So it's really great to do different types of movement throughout your week. So we're really like working towards longevity, not just the vanity metrics in the mirror. Consistent strength training, cardio training is all important, working the heart. And if you're a woman, learning how to sync your fitness with your infradian rhythm. So we go through 4 hormonal phases in our cycle, and you can treat those phases differently by choosing specific foods, choosing specific workouts, times for socializing. That's a whole nother webinar. If you're really interested in that, come and talk to us individually. We have some great replays, recordings on cycle syncing for women's hormone balance. And then we're getting into daily rituals of sleep. Create a relaxing bedtime routine, read, meditate, or journal. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is ideal. Avoid the bright screens 1 hour before bed. Start to get a bedtime wind down routine. Like I know you probably have a morning routine. Start to make a nighttime routine as well. Optimize your sleep environment and stop eating about 2 or 3 hours before bed. That's probably the biggest biohack in gut health, is to allow your body time to digest the food before sleeping so that when you go to sleep, you can really allow your body time to repair all of its processes and systems rather than digesting your food at the wrong time. That's going to have you wake up feeling groggy and lack of energy. And nature therapy. We love forest bathing, just getting outside into nature. We have a practice called Shinrin Yoku, which is a Japanese practice of forest bathing to reduce stress. It's really taking nature in with all five of your senses. Daily sun exposure, 20 minutes a day is great. Like I said before, how to regulate your sleep is working on sunrise and sunset, exposing your eyes to that light helps to regulate your circadian rhythm. Hiking, gardening, playing outside, outdoor sports, trips and adventures, and those daily walks. This is going to just really make you feel like excited for life. If you're feeling well rested, you're moving your body, you're having time in nature, it's just like a perfect day. I love listening to podcasts on the walks and feeding the brain at the same time.
I do the same with my audiobooks. I love it. So, what kind of supplements do we want if we really want to have a well-balanced intake, right? Because I'll give you a perfect example. If you've ever done a diet and you're like, I'm only doing soup and chicken and broccoli, and that's it, you're only getting nutrients from these 3 or 4 food groups, which is very limiting. So we want to really look at getting a full spectrum of micronutrients, not only from our food, which is actually a lot harder to do nowadays than it was 50 years ago, but getting quality supplements that are going to make a big impact on your body. So does anyone here supplement? So curious. Please type 111 if you take vitamins or probiotics or enzymes. Feel free to share what you take. Many nutritionists, even that I know, would say, no, I don't do supplements. I get it all through my nutrition. And that would 50 years ago, if you ate a really big varied diet, you definitely could. But if you are vegetarian, if you don't do dairy, if you don't do gluten, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, you're probably also more limited on the kinds of foods that you can bring into your diet. So supplementing helps promote overall wellness. It makes up for nutritional deficiencies, which is also very common, especially people that choose to not eat certain food groups. It helps address personal health issues because this is going to go into how your cells function and maintain good health during the aging process, which it's all happening for us, right? Like we're all heading in that direction of aging. And you want to combine this with exercise and clean eating for a well-rounded, healthy lifestyle. So it's really about making this a part of your lifestyle routine. And so we have all, I'm speaking for us three because I know these two have biohacked their health and they have reversed aging in a very fine way, like wine. These are our go-tos. It's our vitamins and omegas, which are key micronutrients that are necessary for healthy cellular function for all organs and that promote longevity. The VMG is a whole food nutrient complex blend. It's like a multivitamin in a packet, and it's blended with fruits and vegetables. And so you're better at absorbing those nutrients when consumed. I actually just had mine before this call, and then you pair it with the omega-3, 6, and 9. This is one aspect. So this is, let's say, like the food optimizing supplement. Then we have the pre and probiotics, which are essential bacterial colonies that support the growth of a healthy microbiome. This includes your immune system and influences cellular production. So if you're someone that maybe has been eating a lot of acidic food, processed foods, heavy foods, or you've been having gut issues, probiotics would probably be the key to helping reformulate the living world inside of your gut, because that's what is creating all of the different types of cells and hormones that are functioning in your body. So this is super important, and not just a probiotic, but a prebiotic to feed into the probiotics. And then of course, digestive enzymes. So these are key for the conversion and metabolisms of food, meaning they help break down food and help with the absorption, and they aid in healthy digestion. And for anyone with food sensitivities, enzymes are really helpful, especially for people maybe that have had their gallbladders removed, people that have had different weight loss surgeries and things like that, where you have like malabsorption issues, or just if you have leaky gut, or you feel like your body doesn't digest very well certain foods, enzymes are where it's at. And it's about getting quality and being consistent, which is why I actually love doing seasonal cleanses. And so other seasonal detox practices to consider when we change the season, when the weather changes, when the energy changes for all of us in the world. We're all experiencing change. It's part of living. We want to make sure that we're also eating the foods that are growing during that time of the year, because those foods are going to have more nutrients in them versus foods, for example, that are peaking in summer. You aren't going to benefit as much vitamin content from, let's say, berries as you would right now from pomegranates, because pomegranates are in season right now. So they have more vitamins because this is the time of the year that they thrive in. So eating with the season is key. Also, digital detox. If you've ever done 24, 48, or even 72 hours, maybe a weekend without your cell phone, this is something you might want to consider to help detox not just our bodies physically, but our minds. Also do a nature adventure, go for some sort of connection weekend, camping or skiing, or just getting outside. And of course, doing a seasonal cleanse, definitely a parasite cleanse if you're someone that travels, or if you're ever in a different country where maybe you don't have as much awareness of what's in your water and in the foods, and then doing a microbiome reset. So this is all naturally evolving with the seasons. So we're just here to support that evolution.
Okay, let's talk about eating habits, which I feel like I'm probably the least qualified person to talk about this on this call with Megan and Monica here, but I have learned a ton from them specifically about eating foods, right? I'm more of the mindset and like emotional, all of those things. But the truth is that we want to eat quality food. And that is the most important thing of what we do in the detox, is to help you be more choosy with your food. And that is something that I have come to absolutely love and appreciate. And so what we're trying to do is buy foods that are organic, that are grass-fed, that you know are coming from a good source, eating local as much as possible, and eating as nutrient-dense food as possible so that we can repair that gut microbiome. Also, eating foods in the right order is super important to helping ourselves to stay young and create that anti-aging effect with our food. So starting with fiber and then eating your protein and fats and finishing with carbs and sugar is essential for keeping that anti-aging process. So if you are somebody that wants to eat dessert, maybe like an hour or two after you eat, you actually want to add that chocolate in right after you eat so that your body is not dealing with that carbs and sugar after the fact that you already digested, and restarting that digestive process again, as Meg was saying, because that's the blood sugar regulation is really important for our bodies. Okay. So micro fasting is definitely something that we recommend and that we highlight during the cleanse. And that is basically condensing your meals to 3 protein-focused meals a day, maybe 4 if you like to have a snack or you need that extra food in order to fuel yourself, especially if you're very active. But ultimately, giving yourself the 3 to 4 hour window in between your meals so that your body can actually digest. So when we snack, we're actually breaking that fast and it's starting that digestive process to happen again. And that is something that is going to inhibit your body from burning as much fat and really getting the nutrition that you need for your body. Also, we want to eat to nourish our gut health, focusing on those fiber and probiotic rich foods. So that means that we want to eat lots of fruits, lots of veggies, and we want to, in general, just eat on the outside of the grocery store. We want to avoid all of those processed foods and anything that comes inside of a box, because that has preservatives, extra gums, and all of these really not great additives that can really damage our gut health. And then we already mentioned walking after our meals to help balance our blood sugar. Anything else you guys want to add that I missed from that?
Seems like you've listened to us enough times to.
Well, because I do all of this stuff. I actually
kidding.
just told Jip, my husband, as he walked by, the thing about alcohol. I was like, alcohol makes you not burn fat, because you guys have so many great tips. I love it. And so ultimately, we are breaking down the cleanse into a 3-phase system. So if you're feeling like, yes, oh my gosh, I have a lot of toxic things in my life, I need to clean up my food, and you're feeling that you have a list that you've created in your mind. Number one, don't be overwhelmed about that, because that's what we're here for, is to help you digest all of this stuff and help to break it down and make it super easy. And we do that in a 3-phase process in our cleanse program. So the first part is simply reducing all of the toxicity and the things that we're consuming in our body. So that's alcohol, sugar, over-the-counter medications, and the excess exposure to toxins. So that's looking at some of the things in our house, perhaps our lack of movement, and in our general environment that is creating inflammation, that is creating this toxic gut environment, and allowing ourselves to trim the fat, right? And not necessarily do it all at once. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I have plastic Tupperware and I cook with Teflon and I just went to Sephora yesterday, it's okay. We're here to let you do that in phases, right? So you're going to start first maybe with your bathroom, right? And do that this month. And throughout the year, you can start to swap out those products. So you don't need to change your entire house right now, but simply pick the things that you're going to focus on throughout the cleanse. And we're going to help give you more information. We're going to share the brands that we love and help you switch them out little by little so that you can have a more clean lifestyle over time. And ultimately, the second phase is really cleansing, right? So this is really important because we are cleansing our digestive tract. Juniper, that is my wolf. I'm so sorry. Digestive lining, sit. Mindset, are cleansing our kidney, liver, lungs, and our skin. And those are our detox organs. So it's very important to cleanse those so that we can get those cells functioning healthy again. And that's what all those supplements do, is help to cleanse those cells. And so that's the second part of our revamp. The third part is restoring. So once we've eliminated that toxic buildup, she's really cute, but I'll just show you to her now since you can see the problem. But she's not cute right now. Sit. And we're ultimately restoring those patterns, right? We're helping ourselves to restore that healthy gut microbiome. We're sleeping more. We're exercising. We're healing our relationship with food. And ultimately, we are taking care of ourselves. Feel free to add anything else into this. I'm going to mute now since the dog is moving on.
I'll take it away. Go to the next slide. All right. So now we get to the good part. So thank you for joining us for this educational portion on gut health. We're going to talk about what it is that we actually do in our seasonal cleanse program. So we work to clean the body in 3 10-day phases. So phase 1 is all about opening up our detox pathways, the kidney, the liver, the lungs, the skin. The first phase involves activating the pathways of our excretory organs to manage the toxic load from eradicating harmful bacteria, yeast, parasites, and removing the toxic debris. This phase focuses on clearing and preparing these organs for the next phase, which is phase 2, the gut cleanse portion. So we are doing the gut reset, eradicating parasites, fungal cleansing, and eliminate stored toxins. This phase resets the body and involves really working to break up those harmful colonies to restore our gut microbiome balance. During this phase, the body will be dealing with different die-off symptoms, different cleanse symptoms, depending on how much of your toxic load you come in with. And really this is the part that's starting to clean out the parasites, and we'll get onto a deeper parasite cleanse as we go. And then phase 3 is all about restoring the microbiome and really about supporting a healthy transition out of the cleanse. So you've heard us talk all about lifestyle practices that we love to incorporate. We're really setting you up for a healthy foundation because a number of these cleanse supplements that we use for these 3 10-day phases are our everyday healthy supplements that we're taking, whether we're cleansing or not. So it's a really great program to create these healthy habits in your life, create a good relationship with food, and then continue on with this lifestyle. And the final renew phase involves restoring beneficial bacteria and boosting cellular metabolic health and function. Basically, just getting your system running how it should be. Nurturing a robust microbiome lays the foundation for transitioning to a healthy lifestyle. We do this by rotating the different supplements during the 3 10-day phases. So here we go. On the left, you're going to see the zendocrine, the digestive enzymes, the VMG, the omegas, and your lemon essential oil. That's going to be a constant for your whole 30 days. In phase 1, we're going to bring in a specific product. The Zendocrine soft gels are detoxification support. And then we rotate in phase 2, our GX Assist that eliminates the toxins and cleans the GI tract. And then we rotate in phase 3, our DDR Prime, which is the DNA damage repair supplement, and our pre, pro, and postbiotics. So for 50-day parasite cleansing, you'll repeat phase 2 and 3. So we do 1, 2, 3, and then you keep on for phase 2 and 3. And a little bit about the parasite cleanse. In phase 2, where we clean the GI tract, your body will kill off the parasites. But what happens is that the parasites, on a defense mechanism to survive in the host, which is you, will lay their eggs, their babies. And so the reason by repeating phase 2 and 3 for the 50 days that phase 2 goes and kills those babies. So you get a full parasite cleanse with that 50-day version. And I'm going to talk a little bit about common things that attract parasites. And if you do these in your lifestyle, this is what you can consider, whether you're choosing the 30 or 50-day. So you can attract parasites by eating fruits and vegetables, by walking barefoot, by living with a pet, traveling to different countries, eating pork, eating seafood is the most common ways. I do this cleanse a couple times a year, and definitely I do a 50-day version for sure, at least one of them.
I just saw this thing the other day, also that if you get bit by mosquitoes, then you also can get parasites that
Oh,
way.
really?
Like,
Wow.
who hasn't been bit by a freaking mosquito? Like, dear
Sure.
Lord, we all have
It's
to do a parasite cleanse.
Yeah, we all have them, whether we want to admit that or think about it. They exist in us, but the problem comes when they become overpopulated. So in addition to the parasite cleansing supplements, you can eat a diet rich of anti-parasitic foods. So we do talk about that in the cleanse as well. All right, pass the mic.
So what is included in this program aside from all of these amazing benefits that we would want? Well, we really wanted to give you guys the lifestyle foundation for you to not only take this and run, but to create a solid foundation for yourself. So we have everything from grocery lists, 30-day meal plan that you can continue to use and evolve, delicious recipes that we've brewed up in our kitchen and have used, and also specialty support. So we are here to really guide you, whether you need 101 or you are just in our group and just feeding off of all of the energy from everyone doing it with you, as well as mindfulness practices. So this is all included in our program ebook. So you can just have your regimen laid out for you. An online community chat. We pretty much do this in WhatsApp, and we are there with each other for those 30 days. giveaways for those participating. So you have the opportunity to get some freebies, and of course, self-care and detox protocol, which I really love to do. I'm again all about self-love, self-care. That is the foundation. That's how we build trust within ourselves. That's how we build confidence, and that's how we continue to show up for ourselves. And that will make a huge difference long term. And of course, support with health coaches like myself, Meg, and Jen. So in addition, especially if you haven't done this cleanse, if you are maybe new to this community, doTERRA, you will get 25% off all the products that you order and you'll get that benefit for up to a year, as well as a free gift for those newbies that are going to be joining us, a wellness consult to really go over in more detail what your goals are, what your focus is, and if there's any other tips or things that we can focus on specifically for you. And of course, our private community that is an amazing group of individuals and really, really passionate advocates in this field.
Yes. And ultimately, each one of us has the choice of who we are becoming. And we have control of those little daily habits and those little bits of effort that we can put in to create that master plan for 2025, right? Each moment is a choice for us, and we have the power to say yes. And so now you have the choice to decide, what will your story be for this year? What will you say yes to, and what will you say no to? And so if you're feeling called to say yes to joining us in this Cleanse and Restore 30-day program, we would love for some of our advocates to share their testimonials after this, and anyone who's done the cleanse in the past, because we have a few people on live that have had great experiences. But you can get all of the things that we just talked about for only $311.50, which is actually insane because of the amount of value that we're giving. There are thousands of dollars worth of recipes and support, and the community of support alone is worth thousands of dollars. And so to have this only for the price of the supplements, and we give everything else for free, is simply because we really care about you and we want you to feel good. And we know what it feels like to feel off. We know what it feels like to feel like you're off track. We know what it feels like to not feel like ourselves. And we can give you the tools to help you, to educate you and help you feel awesome. But we have to clean those cells first, right? And that's what these supplements are going to do. So you get the entire kit. Make sure if you're ordering on the kit online, if you are an existing customer, that you add an extra bottle of Terrazyme to the kit. And if you have any autoimmune disorders, or you know that you are having inflammation, if you're experiencing pain or an autoimmune diagnosis, we highly, highly recommend that you add on the turmeric capsules as well as the frankincense capsules as well. Or talk to your wellness advocate to help you understand what is the unique biohacking program for you, but specifically adding on those two supplements, because we see that a lot with people that are struggling with cellular inflammation, that those two products need to be added onto the kit for a best results for the cleanse. And for those of you that are doing the 50-day, you can break it into two components, right? So if you're like, I don't know if I need to do the 30-day or the 50-day, that's okay, because you can always decide later if you're going to do the 50-day, but definitely get the cleanse kit to start and make sure that you have that extra Terrazyme. And then you can always order the 50-day supply next month if you want to continue on the training. You're like, oh my gosh, I feel so great. I want to keep going. This is amazing. I want to go the extra mile and make sure those parasites are gone. You can always do that by ordering next month. Or if you already know you want the 50 days, you can order the entire kit for 50 days right up front so that you have everything you need and you don't have to order. That is totally up to you. If you are ordering, if you are an existing customer, just remember that you can order through the rewards program, which is doTERRA's frequent flyer, and you can get a percentage back, 10 to 30% back on your order, as well as a free product of the month if you order before the 15th, and lots of other amazing perks that we're going to explain in a moment.
So,
All right.
oh, go for it, Meg.
Okay. So how to cleanse, how to join us. Step one is to reach out to the person that invited you to this masterclass. We work in community. It might have been one of us or one of our other wellness advocates. You have great support, whoever invited you, and we're going to get you set up individually. And then you're going to place an order for your products, keeping in mind the shipping date and the start date of our cleanse is the 27th. We have been saying doors close by the 15th, so you can have your products in time to get started on that Monday, which is, I believe, the start of a new moon. All right, upcoming cleanse, 27th through the February 26th. I want you to think about what it's going to feel like on February 26th when you have completed the 30 days. You've committed to yourself. You've taken care of your mindset, your body, you're hydrating yourself, you're eating consistent, healthy meals. You have a cleansed gut. You're more connected to who you are in your essence. This is what can happen when you say yes for 30 days and go all in. And you'll be supported along the way, and you'll have other people doing this and going through the same thing. And I feel like the accountability, gosh, when I go for anything in my life, when I speak it out loud and I tell the people around me and I ask for that support, that's really when it happens. And it's like, it just seals the deal, doing it with someone else and even a whole group. So cleansing your gut is the first step towards reclaiming your health and vitality. Embrace the journey and watch your energy and life transform. A quote by Dr. Frank Lipman. So fitting. Be the butterfly. All right. Any questions? Please type in the chat or unmute yourself.
I'd love to have a couple of our people on here to share a testimonial real quick before we close out. And I would like to just mention that, a lot of the things that we talked about in this call, you could do on your own, but the power of really doing them together is what makes the difference, because you could try eating healthy, you could try working out, you could try just taking your vitamins, right? But the magic sauce is when you put them all together for this cleanse, and the accountability makes all the difference. So you could do the hard way, continue to struggle, tell yourself you're going to work out, tell yourself you're going to eat healthy, tell yourself you're going to take the vitamins, but you don't know which ones and you don't know what to do. And you're right, like putting together your own cleanse is really, really hard. We make it so easy for you to jump right into this. Pick the things that you want to focus on from all the things that we talked about to create your own detox routine, and make it easy and simple for you to incorporate these healthy habits that are not only going to support you for this January in 2025, but for a whole lifetime ahead. So just wanted to throw that out. And then we'd love to have a couple of people share what their experience is in the cleanse, if you've done it before already. I know we've got Rachel here. We'd love to hear from you if you'd like to share your experience doing this, how you felt before, how you felt after, and why you recommend it to people.
Yeah, I would love to. Let me close my door because I have a noisy queen.
Oh, that's okay. We have lots of noisy creatures on this call based on what already happened.
Yeah. I have one of those too, a husky talker. But yeah, so I have done the cleanse 3 times now. I try and do it like spring and fall. And I remember the first time I did it, I was very nervous and like, oh, this is going to be really hard. I had done Whole30s before, but for some reason this just felt intimidating. And I ended up feeling like $1 million after, and was like the perfect reset. Because it feels so hard to do those food eliminations, but then once you get to that 30-day mark, your body isn't telling you that you want that anymore. And that's so powerful to feel like so in control that you're able to say, I don't even want that. And I led a group from my gym of people through the cleanse. And that was their biggest takeaway too, is that they just were eating out of habit. And this is that perfect like jolt to say like, oh, you don't have to just be stuck in your eating habits, because your body's going to reward you when you reward it. Like, give your body the food that feeds you. and that serves you. And those results you can't replace. So then, yeah, the second time around, I was like, oh, this is like easier. The third time I was like, I'm a professional and I cleanse twice a year, no big deal. I felt so empowered. And now honestly, my body craves it. And I can already feel like I want to do the cleanse at the end of the month, but I'm like, no, wait until like you do your spring, you do your fall. Those are working well for you. But yeah, I like can't wait to do it in the spring. I'll probably do March.
I love it.
Sorry
Thank you.
for my background noise. Obnoxious.
We can't hear anything, so I don't know what kind
Okay,
of
good.
you have, but I need to get one of those. So good. Thank you so much for sharing. We're so glad you're feeling amazing and sharing this with others. And if you are somebody that has other people that want to do this detox with, tell your friends, get a group together and do it together, because it's so much more fun with your family members, with your bestie, with someone that you know that could really benefit from it. That's actually how I started with this cleanse. I did it for me because, as I had mentioned, I had that excess weight gain from having that surgery and the antibiotics, and I just couldn't shake it. But then once I started doing it, I started thinking about my mom, and I started thinking about, I saw other people's results, and I started seeing her chronic pain and inflammation that she was experiencing. And I was like, wow, I think this could work for my mom. So my mom's actually on the call. So Marilyn, if you'd like to share your experience with the cleanse, that would be amazing.
Absolutely. Yes, I was a stained glass artist, so I worked with a lot of toxic materials, the lead, the flux, the solder. And through the years, I just became more stiff in all my joints and having back pain and neck pain from bending over my workbench. And it just proceeded to get worse and worse each year. So when I learned about doTERRA from my daughter, she laid it down in front of me and said, okay, mom, this is what we're doing. Take your pills. And so I started with the vitamins for several months before the vitamins and the Terrazyme and the probiotics, several months before I started the detox. And even just doing the vitamins, they were very detoxifying for me, and the inflammation just went down each month. And I would just feel better and better each week by each month. And then doing the cleanse was just the frosting on the cake. It just solidified everything. And like Rachel said, really amazing, healthy minded changes in my food choices that I bring on throughout the rest of the year. So the craving of really yummy, healthy food and learning new recipes from Monica. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all these beautiful recipes that you're giving to us, and all the recipes that people put on our web on our WhatsApp group chat. That it just helps so much doing this as a group. Very inspiring. And all my girls here in Mexico, we also get a free frankincense with our detox kit purpose. Sorry, guys, in the US, we rock.
What?
Frankincense free.
That is amazing. And
Incentive.
100%. And just so cool to see the transformation. Like, you guys, I basically thought I didn't have a mom anymore. Like, she was feeling so horrible, and she has been able to 100% turn that around and is now living her best life in Mexico, retired with my dad. So anything is possible for your loved ones if you say yes to this cleanse. So if we don't have any other testimonials, we can go ahead and close out our call. Thank you guys so much for sharing your experiences. Thank you, Monica and Megan, for your expertise and all of your yummy foodie recipes and guidance. We appreciate you so much. And I'm just so grateful to be here with all of you. And we can't wait to see your results at the end of February.
Let's go. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful night.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.